Please be seated. I want to invite you all to take a deep breath. Okay, go ahead and do it again. Just connect with your breath and allow yourself to be fully here in this space, just as it is, with the gorgeous stained glass and the leaky roof, filled with people you know and love, filled with people you don't know and love. Just be here in this place, just as it is, in your body, just as it is, with all of its health and vitality, with all of its aches and pains. Just breathe and be here. And as you're noticing your breath and connecting with it, you might also start to notice some places of calm, of peace, of subtle aliveness, or maybe even joy within you. They might be small, but trust me, they're there. There might be one below that knot of anxiety in your stomach. You know, the one that shows up whenever you open up your news feed. There might be one deep inside your heart, inside all of the fear and the grief that can so easily overwhelm us these days. You might even notice one sort of pulsing gently underneath those thoughts of existential crisis. Wherever you discover one of those places of deep peace, of aliveness, just gently pay attention to it. Lean into it a little bit. Let it grow, let it expand, and just keep breathing. I encourage you to hold on to this practice and to engage in it often over the coming days and weeks and months. Just keep returning to your breath and returning to those places of aliveness, of calm centeredness. I encourage you to do this as often as you can, because we know that energy follows attention. And so where we put our attention is what we give energy to. So if we put our attention on the deep, centered peace within us, that will grow. On the other hand, if we're constantly focused on everything that's wrong, guess what? I truly believe that we can contribute to positive changes in the world only if and only when we are grounded in and operating from those places of centered awareness. So just keep breathing. And there's something else that tapping into those places of centered awareness does. So today we're celebrating the Feast of All Saints and All Souls, that great cloud of witnesses who have gone before us, which is some unimaginably huge number of souls, right? So big that it feels really, really abstract. I mean, a lot of us are barely in contact with our families of origin, let alone with people from generations ago. So it's easy to see why the saints feel distant and maybe more like fairy tales than real spiritual guides and companions. But here's the thing. Those places of calm centeredness in yourself, those perhaps microscopic pools bubbling up with living water that exist in every one of us, those are like nodes in a mycelial network. They're like knots in a vast net, a web that connects us to all of the other nodes of aliveness at the centers of everyone else, living, dead, and even yet to be, because God's time is not linear. And so the threads of that net ultimately connect all of us to the life-giving and living source of all that is. And so when you find and connect with and are really present to that place of strength and calm, that place of courage and compassion within you, the source and the origin of that strength and that calm and that courage and that compassion is also present and available and flowing through you. So here's a question. What do you imagine the world needs more of now? Does the world need more people worried and distracted by many things? Or does the world need more people who are able to be really fully present? To breathe and to be open conduits for the love of God, for the grace of God, to allow that to flow through them, which I think that's what saints really are. They are open conduits for the grace of God. These nodes, these sanctuaries of living presence within, connect us to each other and to all the faithful departed and to the saints and to the source of all that is. And so when you're in touch with them, you can receive the help and the guidance that they can provide. They also connect us to the story that we proclaim, the story that God's home is not way, way far away out in some cosmic realm somewhere, but here, within us and among us. The story that even when we are among things that are passing away, that God's love and grace does not pass away, and that death does not have the final word. Because the strongest, the most resilient, the most luminous force in all of the realms of the entire cosmos is love. And so as we enter this season of endings and beginnings, as we continue to live in our time of tragedy and transition, let us hold on to the faith that connects us to one another and to all of the saints. And let us join with them in the great work of transformation that we are called to for the sake of the whole creation. Amen.